It is Tuesday, fresh out the shower, already knocked out 3 videos this morning. And yes, I haven't shaved yet because preparation day is tomorrow because I start my work week on Thursday. And I wanted to get, you know, a breath of fresh air out here in my backyard, see the dog, she chilling. But anyways, man, sometimes I find myself asking myself, how can I be more selfish? And I know you guys are like, what the hell is he talking about? Being selfish isn't really a good thing, but essentially it actually is, because as a man, you guys know that we accumulate resources to give it away. That is just the hardcore fact of being a man. All of the money that we make, all of the things that we learn, we give it away. And if you are a man that doesn't mind taking care of their family, their responsibilities, you just accept it and it is what it is. But in order for us to do that, we got to be selfish. We have to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position possible so we can be selfless. So I'll give you an example. I work out 6 days a week, right? Well, I'm in the garage by myself, sweating, pumping iron, doing all of those things. It's just me in there. Selfish act, right? But the byproduct of it is it allows me to run up and down the court with my son whenever he gets out of school, or on the weekends whenever we're out here in the backyard training. But in order for that to happen, I have to take it upon myself to make the time, make the sacrifices, get up early in the morning to do so. Also, it motivates my 23-year-old brother to get his ass in the gym because there's no excuse. I'm 39. He's 23. It's a 17-year-old difference. If I'm doing 2-a-days, Monday through Thursday, what is his excuse? And it motivates him to continue to train in the gym. Shout out to Lil Bro. Also, it keeps me attractive in the eyes of my woman. Because the reality of the situation is this, guys. No woman wants to be around a fat slob of a guy. It don't even matter if you got money. She's only going to be with you for the money. But that real burning desire, you got to be attractive to them. So in order for us to even get to that point, we got to take it upon ourselves, be selfish, make the time for ourselves to get in shape. Also goes along with educating yourself, taking it upon yourself to learn. That way you can give the information to the people that you love and you care about. Selfish acts. So remember, in order to be selfless, guys, we have to be selfish. Do not worry about what everybody thinks and whatever they say. Take the necessary time to do for yourself, to empower yourself, to put yourself in the best position possible so you can be selfless. Tuesday content starts right now. Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, this is the actual 4th video today, and the reason why it's the 4th video is because I am backlogging my TV show reviews, and I probably will start backlogging the Tuesday content due to the fact that it's about to get busy on my end. Overtime is going to be available at my place of employment. I'm going to be subcontracting my skill set to businesses. And hey, we got to chase that bag no matter what, man. No days off if you are broke or if you're struggling or if you're not at the financial place that you want to be in life. So I am preparing for that, man. And you know my saying, man. In order to meet expectation, it must take preparation. And I want to stay on schedule with the content that I post on a daily basis. Plus, I'm going to take a vacation, summer trip with my little one pretty soon. So I got to make sure that I have all of my ducks in a row before these things start transpiring, man. So being proactive is a must in my life and the lifestyle that I live, because it's very difficult staying on top of every single thing when it's just you. You are the only adult. You're the only parent inside of the house. You got to take care of business, right? So y'all already know why we're here. on the Tuesday content, man, and we are on the Richest Man in Babylon saga. We are moving on to chapter 7 titled The Walls of Babylon. And before I get started, I'm going to tell you guys this. When I was going through this chapter, it really reassured me that I'm actually doing the things necessary in order to provide, protect, and provision in my ecosystem. Because this is what this chapter is actually about. So we're going to get to it right now. So Banzar, who was a warrior guard of Babylon that was responsible for defending the walls of Babylon against enemies. And at this particular time, the main armies were away with the king, and the Elamites and the Assyrians were attacking the walls and the gates. They waited 3 days before attacking, but when they did, they chose a particular section of the gate that Banzar was at. They used ladders to climb the walls, but was met with burning oil and arrows. So an old man approaches Banzar, asking him if they will be able to get in. He's scared because he's too old to defend his wife and his property. Banzar tells him that the walls are strong and will protect him and his wife as well as his possessions. Also, he tells him to keep close to the walls. Then, right after that old man leaves, a pregnant woman approaches Banzar, and she asks about the news from the top of the wall so she can reassure her sick husband. And Banzar tells her that the walls will protect them. And also, he asks her, "Don't you hear our defenders fighting valiantly?" She says yes, but she also hears the battering rams at the gate. Banzar dismisses her and tells her to tell her husband that the walls are strong and can withstand the battering rams. Right after that, this girl approaches a soldier who was brought in as a reinforcement and asked him what would become of her and her family. She sees men bleeding and she hears awful noises, right? And when I was reading this chapter, I started thinking about war zones, like what's going on in Israel, Gaza, what happened in Afghanistan, Vietnam. Could you guys imagine having to live through that experience every single day? Bombs are being dropped on you, soldiers are coming in, raiding your house, shooting, killing you, taking you hostage. And it reminds me of how blessed it is to be in America, how privileged we are, and how a lot of us take that for granted. I live in Texas. Do you think that I worry about somebody bombing us here? Absolutely not. Why? Because we have the strongest military in the world. We do, and we're separated, by water. So 9 times out of 10, that's never going to happen to us at all. But we take those privileges for granted so much. I mean, we got people that don't want to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Remember during the pandemic, they were getting on one knee and doing a whole bunch of stupid stuff and not showing the appreciation that we should have for our military, the people who actually protect us on a regular basis, who are selfless and they're willing to give their own lives for our protection, guys. We got to do a better job making sure that our vets are taken care of, making sure that we appreciate our military. You stand up for the flag. You do not kneel for the flag. If you are from the United States, you need to take more pride in your country, all right? So, anyways, the soldier replied that the walls were built for situations like this, ordered by the queen over 100 years ago, and to go back and tell her family that the walls will protect them. So day after day, Banzar stood at his post, watching the happenings of the fights, giving the same answers to the citizens. The walls of Babylon will protect you. For 3 weeks and 5 days, the violent attack went on. The wounded and dead bodies piled up against the walls. Could you imagine that? You just seeing a whole bunch of dead bodies. And then you have people who are alive that are wounded, that are about to die, just piling up on the wall. It's crazy. So Each night they were carried back and buried. Upon the fifth night of the fourth week, the armies retreated. They finally said, okay, we ain't about to penetrate this wall. We gonna get up out of here. So the citizens of Babylon started shouting along with the soldiers. They were rejoicing in the streets from the temple of Baal. They lit a flame to display victory and to carry a message to all the people that are far and wide, the surrounding areas, right? So the walls of Babylon endured centuries of protection because it was fully protected. The wall is an outstanding example of a man's need and desire for protection. It was like that then, it's also like that now. But in modern times, we have insurance, savings accounts, dependable investments that can protect us from unexpected tragedies. And it leaves us with this quote at the end of the chapter. We cannot afford to be without adequate protection. And that was the end of the chapter, man. And this chapter really signifies the way that I'm living exactly right now, man. I have my rainy day fund. I also have a account for if the cars break down, if something happens with the house. Like I told you at the beginning of the year, my AC had to get replaced. I had to shove out over $3,000 and I paid that off in cash. Put on a credit card and then I paid the credit card off. So I basically paid it off in cash because I got the cash back at work. Man, I got to make money off of that. So it is very important that we are prepared in everyday life. And it's not just monetary to me. Yes, you need to have your rainy day fund, your 6 months worth of savings for just in case you lose your job, your 401ks for your retirement. You need to have money saved for your kids so they don't have to pay back student loans like they have to do now and get their wages garnished. You don't want to have to worry about any of those things, but at the same time, the protection aspect of it all, right? I'll give you an example. My son went to his school festival that they had. And you know what I was doing the whole entire time? Monitoring his whereabouts, looking around, making sure that everything is safe. Just in case somebody stupid does something stupid that could, affect the dangers of my son and the people that are around me. So I'm always on point. Even at restaurants, I sit facing the door so I can monitor what's going on. And if you're not doing that as a man, you're not doing your job as a man. We are the protectors. Before I go to sleep, I make sure that all of the doors are locked. Nobody's coming in this house. I got guns everywhere, man. So don't even try it, all right? That is our job, to make sure that we protect, our loved ones, the things that we own. So it's not just the monetary aspect of it all. You got to make sure that you add that layer of protection. And think about it. No woman is going to be with you if you do not make her have that sense of security while she's with you. Because what I've noticed is any chick that I've ever talked to, they have told me, well, my ex, is my ex because I didn't feel protected, or they didn't stand up for me, or anytime I was with them, they didn't make sure that, things were secure. This is just our job, guys. We should not mind putting our life on the line for our loved ones and also using our brain to put us in the best position possible. It is what it is, guys. You gotta just deal with it. That's life. That's just how we're biologically made. And if you're not willing to do that, frankly, you just a bitch. All right, that is my Tuesday content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I appreciate every single person watching it. All right, peace.